What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Real Reds Talk. This is your Friday afternoon news show, and I hope you are all doing fantastically well. Hope you're all good and you're ready for the weekend and you've got some plans, because there isn't no football, is there? Let's be honest, there just isn't no football to watch. And we've got I don't know if there's any sports, if there's any fucking snooker, rugby, shot put, whatever it's called. I don't know what the crack is. So we're going to have to find something to do, aren't we? Because there is no football, of course, until the Euros start. But that doesn't mean that there's no news, because there is. And there's some other stuff, as you can probably see on the screen if you are on YouTube right now. We are going to discuss, the new kits at Manchester United officially, because there's been a couple of different kind of designs. We've got the home kit, the away kit, the third kit, and the goalkeeper's kit that I want to discuss with every single one of you. And let me know your thoughts on them. 1 second, let me just do this, because that's not right. I've gone live on TikTok and I've put the wrong news story up. What an absolute donkey I am. So I will very quickly sort that out. Are you going live? What are you on about? I already am live. Am I live right now? Or am I just smoking something? Let me know in the chat. I'm live, right? Otherwise, I feel a bit weird if I'm not. Right, there we go. That's sorted. I knew TikTok obviously messed up, but YouTube, it's saying I'm live, so I'm just going to go with it anyway. Anyway, we've got the home kit, we've got the away kit, we've got the third kit, and we have the goalkeeper kit as well that I want to discuss and get your opinions on and get your genuine thoughts. We've got a little story from Benni Mccarthy about Jadon Sancho's situation with Erik Hag and what kind of advice he's giving him and the whole situation around that. And then we have a bit of a Q&A as well. So if there is anyone in the chat who's feeling a bit, got that Friday feeling, let me know. Get some questions in, whatever it is you want to talk about. And there are no limits to the show today, okay? So even if it's not football related, don't worry about it. Let's just get into it, yeah? Whatever you guys want to... I'm going to give the power to you lot, because you're the ones who are tuning in and getting your thoughts in. So any questions on TikTok or YouTube, get them in and we'll get into them. But we're going to discuss the kits first. We're going to go through them, yeah? And then we'll get into that, and then we'll talk about Jadon Sancho. In fact, I might talk about Sancho first. Let's get the Sancho story out of the way, because that's the kind of generic news that's kind of floating about. And then we'll get into the more kind of interactive stuff. I think that's probably the best way to do it. So, according to Mark Ogden with ESPN, Manchester United have not yet given up on Jadon Sancho. While his future appears non-existent under Erik Hag, the ongoing uncertainty over the manager's position could open up a path for Sancho to return if he wants to. In the event of United firing Hag, to underline United's commitment to Sancho, former head of football operations John Murtaugh and Matt Hargreaves, the Chuckle brothers, director of player negotiations, visited him in Dortmund in March to maintain contact and gauge his progress in Germany. And it's not really breaking news, is it, in that front, because I think a lot of people already knew that anyway. But Benni McCarthy's come out and spoken about this. He said, I spoke to Jadon Sancho as a coach, as a mentor, as a friend, and as someone who grew up on the streets and knows the code, but Jadon just wasn't seeing it. He said, I ain't apologising, because if I do, I'm apologising for being lazy, always being late, not giving my best. That's what I'm apologising for, and that's the reason why he didn't do it. And from a human perspective, I understand that you don't want to concede to the fact that you might have these traits, and you put that out there in public, and then if he does, then he's like, oh, look, the way social media jumps on it, I understand it in that sense. But just even if you don't mean it, I think a lot of people at the time were just saying, just fucking apologise. Just apologise. You don't have to mean it, and crack on, instead of creating this whole kind of media storm, having to be loaned out to Dortmund, and it just go on for months and months and months. In my opinion, just say, look, Gaffer, I'm sorry, it is what it is. You don't have to mean it. Just say, yeah, look, it is what it is. Get playing football again, and then show him on the pitch. Start scoring, assisting, and saying, bro, you was dropping me for Anthony. Do you know what I'm saying? You was dropping me for that 85 million bag of shit, who's playing week in, week out, and got one assist against Newport. Like, what are you smoking? So, I didn't like the way Jadon did it. Now, me and Chivy we discussed. Well, me, Chivy, Dan, and Sam were all on the show last night, which I'm sure some of you were in the chat. And Chivy was saying, from his perspective, there has been some favouritism, and maybe that is the case with Anthony, and that would wind anybody up, because Anthony, as fans, we've sat there and we've cooked him on his performances, and we say, why is this guy still starting? Now, eventually, Ahmad came into the frame, but it was very late on in the season, and Ahmad starts, and then, Anthony's a bench player now. But that I understand. So first and foremost, let me get that out of the way. With the Anthony thing, 100% get it. I would be frustrated as well. And likewise, you know, Rashford's not been playing the best. Maybe you could put Sancho on the left, but he's stuck with Rashford as well consistently. Always played him week in, week out, even when he's been dropping absolute stinkers. And then he's been playing fucking Pellistri and Forsen and not even starting Ahmad. So, that I absolutely understand. You can't even dispute that. Like, I get it. But Ten Hag has also helped him out significantly. You know, he's tried sending him off on these individual training camps and to focus on his kind of stamina and the things that he needs to work on. His ability on the ball has never been in question. You've seen that in the Champions League, and you've seen it for Dortmund as well. For me, it's his work rate, his lack of interest at times in a game. Like, is Jadon Sancho the type of player that you want in the trenches, that you go into war with? I don't think he is. I think he's a little bit of a luxury player, and if you have enough talent in the squad, maybe you can get away with it. But you look at even players at Manchester City, Foden, Bernardo Silva, Grealish, whoever it is, you know, some of the most talented players in Europe, bar Grealish, work as hard as anyone, if not the hardest in the league. So there is no excuse why you can't graft off the ball. Now, again, some people may throw into the frame that you look at pre-season. It looked like he was working hard. I think Ten Hag had like a false 9. So he might have been working hard. I don't know, but Ten Hag might have just been looking at it saying, you're not getting to the levels that I want you to, that I want for my wingers. Look at how much Garnacho runs, the groundwork that they put in. Anthony, terrible on the ball, but in terms of work rate off the ball, you can't deny it. The guy could probably play as a wing back. Like, he's defensively switched on and he presses really, really well. So obviously he wants a certain dynamic from his wing, but he wasn't getting that. And when he got asked about it before the Arsenal game, he was like, he's not training. You know, he's just being honest. People say he was throwing Sancho under a bus, but he's just being honest. He's tried doing everything with him, and it's got to a point where he's just gone, you know what? Let's see how he reacts to this. You know? No one complained when Pep Guardiola did it with the signing from Wolves. What's his name? Nunes. Matheus Nunes, is it? Pep said it in a press conference about Nunes, saying, look, his first touch needs to get better. He's technically not where we thought he was at. And not one person gave a shit about that. Not one person spoken about that. But when Ten Hag does it with Jadon, it becomes this absolute media shitstorm. Embarrassing, in my opinion. Embarrassing. I don't think I'll ever change my opinion on Sancho. From the day the drama started, honestly. Right, let's get into you legends in the chat then and see what everyone's saying. Lovely to see some regular names. It really is. Richard Hawkins, good afternoon all. Good afternoon to you, Richard. Stephanie Griffith, good afternoon. My Damned United, howdy. Neil Discroll, afternoon everyone. Shrinde, Yellows, Elos, Ineos, our dirty fellas. Okay. Bit of rhyming there, bit early for a bit of 8 Mile Eminem, but we'll go with it. I'm going to try and pronounce his name, and again, I'll get into the TikToks. Bar Grealish then talks about hard work. I'm talking Bar Grealish in terms of talented players. He's been poor this season, but Grealish does work hard. Let's not get that confused. Anyway, I'm going to try my best to get this name right. Moiloa Maletswa. Is that how you pronounce it? Sorry if I butchered that. Good afternoon from South Africa. Benny in the 18 area. I fucking love that. I always love it when someone from different countries watching me. It's not just me, just the channel in general. Like, you got to love it. Shogun, get rid of him. Did nothing. Waste of big money. Very strong take there. Superfly guy saying I'd rather see Greenwood back than that fucking crybaby. Again, very strong takes. Ashton 10. I don't understand United me, though. We have Ahmad and Garnacho, who are the best of the right, and only have Rashford on the left. But we're going to get Elise, who's a right winger, just get Sancho back for the left. I do agree with you in that sense. I think the winger situation is bizarre because you're quite stacked in that area, so you're going to need to make a few sales. I mean, Pellistri is going to have to go. What are you going to do with Forsen? Are you going to loan him out? Sancho, you're probably going to need to sell. In my opinion, what I would do, if you're going to put Garnacho on that left-hand side, have Garnacho and Rashford competing on the left, and then for the right-hand side, have Ahmad and Elise, if you're going to do that. If you're going to bring him in. That's the way I would kind of handle that dynamic and try sell the rest. My bad with the swearing, but sick of hearing. It's Friday. Don't worry, Superfly. It's all right. I think we'll do better next season. Hopefully this FA Cup win gives the boys more confidence. I don't think Sancho will come back, says UK PF. He shouldn't have gone public. Agreed. That's how you pronounce it, mate. Lovely. Well, that's nice to hear then. And thank you everyone for tuning in. Please do, if you can, if you're feeling in a good mood and you're in that Friday mood, smash a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. We're on 5,175 subs, so we're 25 subscribers away from 5,200. So if you can do that, That would be absolutely incredible, and I'd really appreciate it. For anyone on TikTok as well. Freddie Khan saying Erik ten Hag has fallen out with half the squad at some point. I mean, how could anyone fall out with Varane? Yeah, I'm not saying ten Hag's right on absolutely every situation. I'm just speaking specifically here on the Jadon Sancho thing, and I just think it's best, well, depending on what happens with the manager, because they're still saying there, you know, if the manager goes, there could be a situation, where Sancho comes back into the fold and plays for United. With me, I don't see it under ten Hag. So maybe if a new coach does come in, maybe Sancho does, you know, end up being a first teamer for us again. But the situation with Dortmund at the minute, the reason why it's difficult, and I remember listening to Christian Falk on this, who's a very good journalist around Germany, knows his stuff, and he was talking about the fee Dortmund can afford. So if it's 40-50 million quid, they can afford it, especially if they win the Champions League. It's the wages that they struggle with, the £350,000 a week wages. They can't afford that. It would just completely destroy the wage structure. So that's, how do you handle that? If Sancho really wants to move to Dortmund, is he going to take a pay cut, or is he going to be stubborn, come back in the summer and just, kick up a fuss? I don't know. But we'll try and park that discussion with Sancho, because it's such a long-winded discussion. 12 likes, 17 watching, says Stephanie Griffith. It's all right. You always get the odd ones who don't want to do it. It is what it is. It's I appreciate the ones who have anyway. I like how Erik ten Hag has really made an effort with the academy. I think past managers have left them out. Absolutely. And he's setting the standards. I remember the comments he made actually about it. He was like, look, if we don't have any kids coming through who are at least at the standard of Garnacho and Cobbe, that, don't bother, because that's the level that to push into this first team, that's the level you need to be at. And I think he's helping out with that. And I think the way he's managed Garnacho and Cobbe and gone against the fans sometimes, because in a lot of the games, people have gone, why is he taking Cobbe off? Why is he taking Garnacho off? And it's like, you have to manage these kids. You can't fucking run them into the ground. Do you remember in Langer under Ragnick when he came in and he was just he became a first team and just ran him into the ground? You need to be careful. You need to manage him. I'm not comparing them as talents, but I'm just saying you really do need to manage him. Wan-Bissaka leaving as a free agent or different team? No, I won't be a free agent. I think Inter Milan want Wan-Bissaka. I always thought there could be a deal there potentially with Crystal Palace, like a bit of a swap deal. But, yeah, I don't know. Swap deals are always hard to do. Right, should we get into the kits? Because I've got some here on the screen here. So if you're on YouTube, I'm going to go through the brand new United kits. So come and join us on YouTube so you can get the privilege of seeing them on the screen. If you've already seen them, then you'll know what I'm talking about. So this home kit, what are we rating this out of 10, chat? What are we saying? What do we think about it? Because I think it's pretty fresh. I like the design. The logo's much better. I think about some of the logos back over the past 10 years. That Chevrolet sponsor was ugly. Ugly as fuck. So I think the Snapdragon looks much cleaner. I think the Adidas badge is a little bit too big. And I've always liked Adidas Originals as well. UK PF is giving it a 7 out of 10. I think that's a fair rating. New Kit United. Muldoon saying 9 out of 10. I think that's quite strong. But again, it is opinion. 7. Malaya saying love the third kit more. I'm going to put the third kit on the screen very, very shortly. 6 out of 10. Okay, that's an average, roughly, innit? An average kind of score. I don't really like the design, I can't lie, but that's just my personal opinion. That's fine. That's what we want. Give us your personal opinion. Richard's giving it a 7. Interesting. Reminds me a lot of the Vodafone kit, which was goated. It was, the Vodafone ones. Look, I can't see because you're on TikTok. But on the YouTube, my background, I've got the Vodafone kit behind me. Got an AIG sponsor, got the Vodafone, and then got the Sharp, which arguably, in United's history, are probably the best looking sponsors, in my opinion. AIG, Vodafone, Sharp. They're our best three, aren't they? And the Chevrolet one, fucking terrible. Team Viewer, that was never really a fan of. I'm trying to think if there's any others. Did we have Aeon? We had Aeon as well, didn't we? Which we weren't really a fan of. Any others? No. Neil DeScroll. Neil, can I just ask you a question? You're not related to Gary DeScroll, are you? The geezer who's come in from Arsenal, who's just ruined our complete medical team and players and staff. Just out of curiosity. Because if you did, what a small world that'd be. Have we got the new away one yet? Yeah, so I'll get the new away one. I can't even speak. I will get the new away one on the screen. I don't know why that's so hard to say. Yeah, can't disagree with those being the best. Elise Time says Luke Skywalker. Big up Luke Skywalker. Right, blue kit. Bosh. What are we saying about this? This is the away shirt. Now, a lot of people online, from the comments that I read, It's giving cricket vibes. Does it give you cricket vibes? Could you imagine Rashford with a cricket cap on, wearing this top, you know, about to do a test run at the Ashes or whatever the fuck they call it? I have no idea. I don't know. I really like it. It gives me a bit of vibes. You know, on FIFA, when you have, like, the all-star teams, that's what it reminds me of a little bit. Just the pattern in terms of what they're working of. Richard, no, that's a 5 for me. Wow, Richard does not like the away kit. He does not like it. Fair enough, Richard. Is it the fact it's blue as well? Shrindy's giving it an 8.5. 8.5 out of 10 for the new blue kit. Is that what we're saying? It's a bit different. I get it. Similar to the green one from last season, no different vibes. Green one? Oh, no. Oh, I don't know. That green one was horrendous. That snot green one was it, I think. Cricket shirt, says Sam. It's quite ugly for me. I'm not sure. That's surprising me. I thought people would like that one. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. I think it's all right. I don't know. Sometimes you see them. It was like, oh no, actually, I know what green one you're on about. Yeah, the green. It looked like an old sweet, didn't it? Like a humbug pattern. And then I saw it when Onana signed. I saw it on him, and I was like, actually, it don't look too bad that. But then sometimes you see a picture, it doesn't really do it justice. So again, you'd have to see it on the players, wouldn't you? Yeah. Blue, bad vibes, Chelsea. No, say last name right. Miss D. I have no idea what that means. It's a training top, says Justin McDade. Yeah. No, well, to be honest, I thought that would be received differently, but the people have spoken. The people have spoken. So what's that on average then? Is that getting a 5 out of 10 on average? A 5, 6 out of 10? Okay, right. This one is the best of the lot. And I will debate this with anyone in TikTok and anyone in YouTube, right? So let's get into it. That is absolutely gorgeous. The design. Lisandro Martinez in that kit. Oh my God. You talk about... I've got no words. That is fucking beautiful. What a kit. That is the best. Honestly, that is almost... I want to say a 10 out of 10. We're going with 10s. Malaya's saying 10. UKPF saying that's sexy. Richard Hawkins saying that's a 9. Yeah, this third kit looks awesome on Bruno, says Shrinder. I'm definitely copying that. Beat one in a long time. Sam, that could be misconstrued as something else. Oh, man. I'm definitely getting this kit. 100% getting this kit. That design... It's been a long, long time since Man United. We can't see the kit on TikTok. Come join us on YouTube, man. I'm live on YouTube right now. We're going through it on the screen. You can't whilst you're live on TikTok. I would have done it for you guys as well, but you can't switch. You can't switch like the green screen behind whilst you're live. Otherwise, I would have put it on the screen for you. But we're on YouTube and we're going through them. And we've been through the home kit and the away kit. Shrind is changing his rating from an 8 to a 9. That is a 10 out of 10 kit. 100%. I hope we win something in that, because that will be an instant classic and an instant retro. You cannot be finishing 8th position in that kit. That stylish. Impossible. Now, I don't know what the fabric's going to be like, because it looks like it's more like a cotton linen, you know what I mean, kind of number. It doesn't look like it'd be like nylon kind of sportswear sticking, which is more my kind of style anyway, because I'm quite a big lad, you know what I mean? So I don't want no kind of stuck to me, like it's been pissing it down for ages. The Irishman saying the third kit is fire. Absolutely, Irishman. My name is Neil Discroll, not Neil O'Discroll. All right, okay, cool. Well, so you're not related then. You and Forsyth saying not for me. Wow, that does surprise me. Sam saying I'll get it from China, not giving Glazers money. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. I am a huge fan of that, though. Should we get into the goalkeeper kit? Because I think this might surprise some people as well. I think it will. Let's do it. Let's do it. You ready? And let me just give it 5 more seconds to look at that. Because it's, oh, what a beauty. Yeah, let's move on. This one, surprise, you ready? Bosh. What do we think about that? I think that is clean. And Sam, if you're in the chat right now, I know you like black United kits. I know you like black United kits. So let me know your thoughts specifically on that. Because I think that is really, really clean. And I like the way they're going with the flag as well on quite a lot of them. Looks like an Egypt flag, says Aussie Man Days. I'm a fan of that. Goalkeeper kits, usually they're not that nice, are they? I always think like they get to a point like the graphic designers are sat there and they go, right, home kit really need to focus on. That's the selling point. That's, you know, they're going to be at Old Trafford, second kit, not as nice, but a bit of an alternative option. Obviously needs to be an opposite colour. Third kit, we could try something different. You know, we've had the kitchen towel kind of look before. They always do something a bit of a mad pattern, don't they? And then they get to the goalkeeper one and they go, fuck it, should we just use this? They go, yeah, let's just do that. But this, really nice. Really, really nice. I'm a fan. Really, really lovely design. We'll buy all 3 shirts, not shirt, but not from the club. Love that. In short sleeve especially. Black is better than the green for sure. Yeah, I could give that an 8 out of 10, says Richard. Superfly saying there needs to be a kit that's really out there because look at the kits on FIFA or FC that are very busy and get all the attention even from opposition fans. I always think Madrid have got like fantastic designers. They always have nice kits. And we always seem to get the short sticker like Sam would say like the junior apprentice. Ridiculous. That's clean though, man. I can't lie. That is beautiful. So the goalkeeper kit and the third kit, in my opinion, are the best ones out of all 4 of them. Absolutely. Always liked Black United kits, says Stephanie. Yeah, they've I can't even speak. They've rarely missed, haven't they, with the black kits, I think. UKPF's going with a 10. I'd give it a 9 personally. I don't know though. I don't know. What we're seeing in TikTok, if anyone's seen the, just come and join us on YouTube. It'll be much better. You can see everything. Hit that subscribe button as well and smash a like on the video if you can. Red, white, and black kits, beautiful in order. Wait, sorry, I can't see that. Red, white, and black kit's best in that order. White is better. Yeah, I think the third kit's the best out of them all. I think this one's much more kind of simplistic in it in that sense. But I think I'm going to get that, and I'm going to get the third one as well. So, yeah. And I think they've done all right this year. Usually, that period from, like, when Fergie retired up until now, really. I mean, last season's kits were all right. The white one was okay. The red one was pretty clean. And the third one was a bit, not entirely sure about that. These ones are better this season. No doubt in my mind, 100%. I like everything about it. I can't lie. As long as they have it, as long as they isn't anything on the sides, it's perfect. That's why I don't like the blue one because of the sides. That's it, innit, mate? It's all down to personal interpretation. But yeah, I'm excited for pre-season now. I want to see America wearing these kits. Couple of new signings in there. Yeah, maybe a little cheeky Frankie de Jong, and I'm joking. But yeah, I'm excited. But we got the Euros first, so. We'll look forward to that first. I can't speak. What's going on here? Right, I need to get We'll get that. We'll just leave the third kit on the screen whilst we do the Q&A because yeah, let's just do that. That's the best one. That's the winner, right there. The third kit, Man United. No disagreements. I'll debate it all day with anyone. That is the best kit, and that's I will go as far to say that's one of the nicest kits out of any team this season. I think that'll be one of the nicest ones, but again, could be wrong. Keep last name wrong, just me, Neil. Okay, we'll just go Neil. If you just like Neil, it's just Neil. Okay, just Neil. Neil. We'll stick with that. Cantona kit was the best. The one that he kicks the Crystal Palace fan in was my favourite kit of all time, the black and gold one. Hands down. Glory, glory, Man United, says AJ Cross the Pond. Absolutely. Maybe get a little chant going. Right, should we do a bit of a Q&A then? Last 7 minutes. This is where you guys come into it, okay? So whatever you want to discuss, whatever questions you want to ask, whether it's football-based, whatever, let's do it. Let's get into it right now. Anyone in the community, in the chat, in TikTok, get involved. Throw some questions out there. Transfers, fucking anything away from transfers if you want to do that. If it's about fucking, I don't know, your nan's biscuits that she dips in a brew. Anything at all. For the last 7 minutes. Is 7 minutes of the show we got left? Yeah. Where do you think we'll finish next season? That's a tough question. Right now, I don't want the FA Cup emotion to come into it and distract it. Right now, I'd say just pushing into Champions League, I think we'll bounce back like 5th, 4th. I know that sounds bad. But you have to, the season that we've just had has been fucking horrendous, hasn't it? So I would say that, yeah. What's the meaning of life? Jesus, Richard's going all philosophical. Just saw, I'll answer that in a sec, Richard. Just saw New physio from Arsenal. I hope not, because that one that we got from Arsenal was terrible. So I think it is true, but yeah, I hope it's not. You think Benny is good enough to ever be promoted to head coach? No, not in my opinion. I think he's a great attacking coach, though. Right, what's the meaning of life, Richard? Oh, God. What is the meaning of life? I think, again, this might sound like I'm getting it from a movie fucking thing or something. I think purpose, you have to have a purpose in life to do something, whatever that is. You know, some people might fucking be a dog groomer, some people might be an architect. Like, have a purpose and work towards something. This channel, for example, like, I'm sure Sam would agree, working towards something, having something to focus on and build upon and get to a certain point where you could do something that you're extremely passionate about and you love and you're happy about, and all your family are happy. You're decent financially, like in a certain situation where you have that kind of freedom. I'm not talking about ridiculously rich, but just freedom to do things that you want to do. Have a purpose. That's the meaning of life, that I would say. Maybe they'll get me on Diary of CEO soon. Who knows? What breaks as soon as you say its name? Marshall. Is that the right answer? I don't know. A wafer thin mint. And that's the meaning of life, according to Stephanie. Well, I'll throw that question back to you, Richard. We're doing a Q&A. I'm sure we can go back and forth, right? What is the meaning of life to you, Richard? Talk to me, brother. And if anyone else has any questions, let me know. But yeah, that is what I would go with. Answer, silence. Oh, what breaks as soon as you say its name? Silence. Interesting. We're going a bit deep, aren't we, today? I feel like it's going a different way. I don't mind it. We'll take it there, but it's gone a little bit deep, hasn't it? What are we seeing in TikTok, people? Anyone else got any philosophical questions, football questions, transfer questions, whatever? Be happy, hurt no one, and be yourself. Richard, you should be an ambassador, mate, for the planet. If everyone was like Richard, we'd be absolutely fine. I think that the world would be fucking lovely, wouldn't it? Everyone be like Richard. That's my advice. Any links? Transfer-wise, the most recent ones, Lenny Yoro from Lille, a very highly tout centre-back who quite a few clubs are looking at, 30 to 40 million quid. He's going to be a top talent, top centre-back. Branthwaite, the obvious one. Loads of people reporting that. Elise and Romano saying keep an eye on that. Elise has got a release clause. See what I did there. So they're the three that I would look at currently right now. They're like the hottest kind of signings. And also as well, Sesko's going to Arsenal. I seen something about that. Daily Mirror reported it. I was like, oh, how many toddlers could you defeat unarmed? These are the type of questions we're looking for. How many toddlers could you defeat unarmed? Highest number. So toddlers are what? Like 1 to 4? Oh, my camera's going. Sorry, I'm gonna have to switch to the screen. Sorry, people. These are not even relevant to today, but because my camera's gone, let me just quickly, very, very, very quickly, just get rid of this screen. Imagine spending that amount of money on a fucking camera. Honestly, it pisses me off. For the battery life, I need to get that dummy battery in it. Where's that screen? We'll just stay on this. It's no harm, is it? It's not either. Right, let's answer that question, Sam. Sorry. How many toddlers could you defeat unarmed? Highest number? I think... Oh... I reckon... 30? Have these toddlers got weapons? Like, you haven't seen Game of Thrones, Sam, but anyone will get this reference if they know I'm going on about it. Where the old man goes down into the cellar and there's all them kids waiting there. That sounds really dodgy, but you know, anyone who's watched Game of Thrones, they'll know what I'm talking about. And he struggles with, I think there's about 8 of them, is there? But then they're more grown up. So, it's a difficult question. I think 20. Yeah, I reckon. 20, I'll go with 20. It'd be difficult, but I reckon. No, it's just wave of unlimited toddlers like zombies in COD. Nazi toddlers, is that what you're saying? This conversation is going in a weird way. How far are England going to go in the Euros? The final and then lose it, inevitably. Because Southgate doing what Southgate does. Do you think we'll sell Wan-Bissaka? If so, who should we buy to replace him? Jeremy Frimpong, release clause, 35 million quid. If we can sign him, so much better than Wan-Bissaka, and I think he wants to move to the Premier League, despite winning the league with by Leverkusen. How many players get sold by United this summer? So I'll go through the team now. In my head, at least 2 I think are going to go. Wan-Bissaka. Varane's obviously gone because he's like a free agent now. So Wan-Bissaka, Maguire or Lindelof, one of the 2 I think could go. Casemiro, Eriksen, Sancho. I think that's it. Unless I missed anyone. I think they'll be the main ones, and there could be a couple of surprise ones in there. I mean, maybe Lindelof will move to Italy, or do you know what I mean? No, I think Shaw will stay. I don't think Shaw will go. No. Frimpong's up there for me, or DeMarco from Inter, because he's played with Onana before. Oh, DeMarco was a left back though, isn't he? I didn't think he was a right back. Yeah. Greenwood. Oh, Greenwood as well. Shit, completely forgot about Mason Greenwood. Yeah, absolutely. And Johnny Evans. Johnny Evans will probably get a job at the club, Lewis, won't he? To be fair, he'll probably just, I don't know, be doing books or some shit, just some kind of random job at United. Sell Marcus Rashford to Rangers, says Samuel Mark Ingram. Wow. Do you know if Ten Hag is leaving or not? No. No decision. I don't think a decision is even going to be made this week. I mean, we had Ben Jacobs, who's usually good reporting stuff. He said within 24 hours, and it's pretty much been 24 hours now, so then that was nonsense. And then we had people coming out from the Times and the Telegraph saying they're not going to make a decision. They're not going to make a decision this week. It'll take a bit of time. So it could be next week. I don't know. No idea. Rashford to Arsenal, any truth? No, nonsense. Utter nonsense. Rashford, sorry, I already read that. Do you know if tonight? Sorry, I already read that as well. Right, we'll leave it at that then. Appreciate every single one of you taking half an hour out of your day to come and join in with this wonderful chat. Yeah, have a lovely weekend. Don't know what anyone's doing. Drop your plans in the chat. Let us know what you are up to. And yeah, we're going to have another show tonight at 7 o'clock. We've got something fun planned. So I think Sam's away tonight. So yeah, I'm going to do something fun. Something a little bit different, something interactive, as always, because I try and make it as fun for you guys as it is for me, discussing certain things. Maybe some news will broke as well, to break, not broke. Arsenal's physio to United. Oh, Lewis, don't get me started on that, mate. Don't even get me started on that. Have they not learnt their lesson by bringing in the last geezer who completely just went round with a lump hammer smashing everyone's knees? I don't know. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. Have a lovely Friday, everyone. Appreciate every single one of you. Sorry, I keep looking down into this camera. It's this camera now, innit? Appreciate every single one of you. Make sure all the socials, Real Reds Talk, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, check us out. We've got different stuff on every single social media platform. Hit the subscribe button. We're currently on. Let me switch screen quickly. Check my face there. Look at that. 5,179. So we're 21 subs of 5,200. So if you have any friends, share it to a friend. Let people know this is the place where the community is at, and it's growing every single day, and it's because of you guys. So thank you very much. Big up to everyone on TikTok. Check out the reels and videos that we've just dropped, and we've got a members video dropping over the weekend for you guys as well, especially. Take it easy. You're all a bunch of legends.